Testing 1, 2, 3. How's the audio? How's the video? Welcome one and all to this Friday Arvo. Looking a bit grey out there. Heavens might open up. Can kind of feel it. Fingers crossed will be okay though. Now, what can we get as a thumbnail? Light shower. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Actually, I better grab some shelter. Okay. Alright, so, hi everyone, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one. Change up in the gear today. Talk about it in a little bit. That over here. Let's see. Hi Rick, how's it going? Rick Viewer Music. Goes to BRB, no problem. I have to manually change back to cam 1 when the signal returns. How about that? In fact, let's talk about the change in gear today, because I think it may be you that mentioned it. Someone did. But last week when I was at the Parnell Rose Festival, someone right near the end of it was saying that their IRL live streaming app called IRL Pro, in combination with Loopy SRT, wasn't going to BRB and coming back again. So we're going to see if we can get that happen. There's a couple of places in the city where that will happen. So my goal is to not touch the phone. So big red button here that I'm looking at where you stop streaming in the app, and then just by not doing that, hopefully we'll get some BRB action happening. Well, BRB and coming back from BRB. Okay, so our streaming device today is the Samsung S23 Ultra. For the audio, we've got the DJI mic mini receiver plugged into the S23 Ultra, and got the transmitter here. So the audio is going from the transmitter into the receiver into the Ultra. And our IRL live streaming app again, that was IRL Pro, Android only. I had to do, what did I have to do? Because it wouldn't work for me before. But I was on the beta program before. And I think that's a version of that broke that for me. I was getting these error messages saying that, sorry, I'm going to turn this preview down, throw me off. Anyway, I was getting these error messages saying that you've got a VPN or no internet, please fix that. So no matter what I did, I didn't have a VPN and I did have internet, I couldn't fix it. So what I ended up doing was removing myself from the beta program, uninstall the app, and then reinstalling the App Store version or Google Play version. And that did it. So now I'm able to use IRL Pro again. and there's a couple of things I had planned on doing with IRL Pro which I couldn't before, but now that we've got it working, sweet. What that does mean is in the beta program you do have access to picture-in-picture mode, which was yeah, my experience with it wasn't too great because what would happen? I'm not getting any TTS as well, so we need to look into that. So I'm going to have to try and keep an eye on the chat here. Alright, let's have a look. I'm using Moblin over here as my chat app. Now, inside of Moblin, I can get Twitch chat and I can get KitKat. I could get YouTube chat. I don't think it's going to work though. Because I'm sure you have to be streaming inside of Moblin for YouTube chat to work. But I'm just going to go into the settings. Where is it? Streaming platform. YouTube. Fetch video ID. Oh, I got it. Maybe we're okay. Yeah, it might be okay. Now we're going to end up with a double up of I don't know. This is all new territory for me, or old territory that I've forgotten. Okay, let's go back. Bring to the chat. So Rick, let's see. So you said it goes to VRB, no problem. That's with Loopy SRT. But you have to manually change it back to Cam 1 when the signal returns. So when you have internet again. Okay. Alright, so I guess we'll find out if that happens for us. I will not press the little red button that I'm looking at to switch things over. Let me take a photo. Just so we can prove. Actually, I'll take a photo of the gear too. Oh, what's this aspect ratio? So you always have verified only chat on Twitch? Yeah, I do. So I have that because that reduces the amount of bad people. Yeah, dodgy folks in the chat. So it's only serious people who have verified their account. I know that that's kind of bad in a way, but yeah, maybe I'll change it later on, maybe not, I don't know. Have you been using No Alps Cloud? I have not. I've been using Loopy SRT. So as a content creator, I had to choose between one or the other, because what I was doing when I was making videos demonstrating both systems, I'd constantly have to switch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I was going, okay, so which one of these do I like more? As a tinkerer, I prefer to have everything custom. So that's why I went with Loopy SRT. Loopy SRT just handles the scene switching. That's all it does. And non-set switching for certain scenes. And then I have StreamerBot handle everything else. So that's all the messages you see, bitrate. I can get the bitrate from Stabilization Cloud. So I do all that myself, and then I've got a lot more control over what's happening. So for example, anyone who has Stabilization Cloud and No Alps, as a viewer, you'll know what they're using just by the chat messages. So we'll say Stabilization Cloud, and it's a very specific style of wording that they have for their combo, right? It's all output via No Alps. You have no control over the words. It's like being able to reformat or have it displayed in a different way. Whereas I have complete control. And let's see. When you're streaming, does camera zooming feel sluggish to you? Zooming? Do you mean on the S23 Ultra? I don't think so. I think there was an update that they rolled out, and maybe to support the S24 and 25, but I noticed what it would do And this is going back a while because I've been using my current, you know, the Moban Action 4 for a while. But when you zoomed in, it would switch to the telephoto lens and then switch back again and start zooming out. Whereas I think with that update, or at least with the IRL Pro, it stays in the normal lens. It doesn't switch to the telephoto. Do I have a service over myself? Oh, Loopy SRT. Do you not know of it? It's in my videos. It's one of 2 auto scene switching apps that I'm aware of. So one of them is Noel's, whether it's a desktop app or the cloud service that they now have. That was in beta for a while. Don't know where it's at now. And then Loopy SRT, that was the other one. Now I first started using Loopy SRT. It started playing up for me. Found Noel's, used that for a while. And then I guess about a year or so ago, I switched back to Loopy SRT. So loopy, you know, like I'm a bit loopy today. Fun. How more narrow this field of view is. I'm so used to how wide Action 4. How wide it is versus this one. Loopy SRT, that's the one, you got it. I'm on the mini tripod today. Oh, we're not bonded. I've got to. Here's the other thing we could test. I'm sure this app runs in the background. I forgot it, but I think someone asked me that. I'm going to firstly turn on a mobile hotspot on my iPhone to allow others to join. Yeah, so I do want to do that. And then I'm going to swipe out, and then I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi of the iPhone. Wi-Fi, where iPhone? Close iPhone, there we go. Oh, what was my password? I think we're still going, right? What was my, there it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the password. Done. So we are connected. Swiping out, going back to IRL Pro. We're back, and we're now bonded. I am looking at 3,000, 4,000 kilobits from the cellular and the Wi-Fi, which is the iPhone. So that's around 1,400, 500. So it's fluctuating quite a bit. Quick. Hello, how's it going? I'm also going to see if I can find out what's happening with my TTS. Mabel Glades, how are you? How's things? How are things working? Things are working okay so far. I do like how minimalist this is. So we've got iPhone, little mini tripod. We could do without the mic mini. Don't really need that. We could. That's better for audio. To my tissues, I must have thrown them away. Excuse me. I have taken an antihistamine. Just that time of year. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Changed it up. On IRL Pro. Do you guys notice the difference? We're going to see if when we go to B, it comes back again. Maybe it would have been better if we were on the one connection. But you know, it's good for tests. Okay, let's see. So I want to transfer this photo. Okay. Photos. Okay, upload. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. And find out if that works. Should work. Hello. Yeah, okay. So that's the setup. S23 Ultra, mic mini, little mini tripod. It does extend, so I've extended it now. Cheers. Photo and upload. So you really couldn't see the tripod in the last photo. That'll be a bit easier. Nice. Oh boy. Actually, I don't think that antihistamine helped at all. And the sniffing's gotten worse. Hot off the press. Next photo. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. The thing on the seat. And that's it. That's my gear. No battery bank, nothing else. I did bring the case because I went to go get lunch before. And you know, the receiver was in here, other transmitter here. This one's always connected to the Action 4. So I can switch depending on whatever device I'm connecting to. Yeah, so pretty handy. And that's it. That is the gear. Everything did fit into my pockets too. Oh, I did get one little doodad today. And that is, you see this? Yeah. It's a Temu buy. So I got this sort of thing for that phone, and one for the S23 Ultra. Whereas before I only had one and I had to share it between the two phones, but now I can kind of switch back and forth. This little hoopy bit is a little bit small. It's sturdy, it's strong, but poor. Excuse me. Okay, now TTS. Let's try and get this to work. What happened TTS while you're not working? So text to speech, we'll just turn it off, turn it back on. Oh, I'm sure you don't have to be live for it to work. So not type a message. We're using Mobin as our TTS app. Our chat support app today. So maybe I'll try. Switch the chat to Twitch and say, how's it going? Oh, I had to turn the volume up. Okay. Oh boy. TTS is now going. Multi-stream? Not in the same way. So Mobin, you can multi-stream via RTMP. Not recommended, because you need a really good signal to multi-stream. The way I would do it is with Restream. So that's what I have set up on this phone, on my iPhone. I have 2 services or streams they call them for Mobin. One of them I've set up for Bellbox Cloud to my computer at home, and then my backup is Restream. So if for whatever reason my computer at home's not working, power cut, house on fire, that sort of thing, then I can switch to Restream. And Restream is just one signal going from my phone out, and then it would stream to Twitch and YouTube. So it wouldn't have the third, unfortunately, like we do now, because I'm using a plugin in OBS to stream to 3 platforms. But I could log into Restream and then switch out whatever I'm streaming to. So let's say I wanted to do a stream just to YouTube, just to Twitch, just to Kick, I could do that. Well, I'm on a yellow fire icon already. I'm not even streaming, phone. Wonder, I don't think the Starbucks people will mind if I go in and get a tissue paper. Beam stream, okay. Like Restream. I'll look into that. Because Restream, you used to be able to stream to 3 platforms, but I think they realized most folks would like 3. More than that's better, so they reduced it. That was before I was a Restream person. 1480p too. Now what I'm curious is if it creates a brand new YouTube stream every time you go live. So that was one of the reasons I like Restream. Okay, we're going to do a sneaky. I had a coffee. I went in today and got one, and it wasn't too long ago. I'm going to go back in and just grab a thing. Alright, 1 second guys.
Or then you go, put up
I made the silly mistake of throwing all my little tissue papers away with my lunch. Okay. I might look into that. I really like that idea. So what else does Restream do that I like? Well, it made streaming to YouTube really reliable. So that was the big one for me. Alright, phone extended out as far as it can go. Now it's a bit scary for me because it's this big thing on this little tripod. Whereas I don't mind my Action 4, but it's pretty sturdy. Right, got a seat right over here. And talk some more. Actually, got another photo. Okay, so just give an idea of what I'm looking at. Say cheese, cheese, awesome, thank you. Ooh, actually, getting a bit warmer now, gotta sit in the shade. Let's upload the photo. Then I'm just going to take a quick break. This is a deliberate BRB, so it won't count. Oh, I'll get back to your question in a second. Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in a series. We'll be covering everything you need to know about IRL live streaming. In the last couple of videos I showed you how to set up the streaming apps you need for your phone and home PC, and how to stream with 2 phones and bond multiple connections using BellAbox Cloud. Today I'm going to show you how to set up disconnect protection with NoAlps, which is an auto scene switching app for OBS. It monitors your connection or bitrate thanks to BellAbox Cloud and automatically switches OBS between your live, low bitrate and offline scenes for you. With NoAlps you can also control, start and stop your stream with chat commands and more, all of which we'll get into. But if you're checking out my channel for the first time, watch the other videos in this series because I've already done a lot of the groundwork to get you to this point. Okay, the first step is to open the IRL Live folder from Welcome back. See a bunch of streamers doing IRL collabs on Twitch now, combine chats, viewers, and have the same feed in both channels. Oh yeah, that's called Stream Together. There's another name for it, I've forgotten what it's called. It's really hard. It's really hard to set up. Well, I think it is. Phone, nah, it's quite limited in how it works. So the way that Twitch have implemented it, you need like the scenes inside of OBS of the other person, and one of those scenes has to be purely camera. It can't be of their overlay. So you specify that my webcam scene, which is clean, just me, so that goes into this specific scene, and then my guest, which will be something else, they will go into this other scene. So you design the scene however you want it inside of OBS, but you've got to make it. I think what they should do is have a browser source. So you put the browser source on a scene, or maybe right on top of your webcam scene, and then actually no, I don't know how you could do it. Either way, it's going to be hard. So that's one of the good things about the way TikTok works. They want you to use their app, and then everything happens inside of the app. Yeah, so if I wanted it to look real nice, I would create a scene with, so I would probably maybe have 2. I wouldn't really want more than 2 things on a scene, maybe 4. don't know. But I like the way that what's it StreamYard works. So you just send out an invite link, the person accepts, and then the layout shuffles around. I've never actually used StreamYard, I know of it, but I think that's a much better way. Yeah, you do it all in OBS. The hard part is how you activate it, because usually the way it's made is you've got to be in front of your computer, or maybe you have a mod that can do it for you, that approve people. People have done it, but yeah. Yeah, the thing is, you need it set up, and the other person needs that set up. So the other person will need to have their OBS set up in a way so that when your stream goes out through the media source, it's a separate thing in their OBS. It's just complicated. So that's my understanding of it. It sounded so complicated, I went, because you got to be pretty organised to be able to set it up yourself, and then get everyone else to get on board and say, hey, look, bro, can you do this in your OBS? That's why I think the browser source idea would be better, because anyone could do that. Put a browser source in your OBS, okay, sweet. How do you get just a camera there? I don't know. There's an easier way. Oh, okay. Maybe they've changed it. Changed it on the back end. It's easier now. I hope. There have been some gradual updates I've noticed in terms of Twitch, especially with sharing and sharing, be able to edit clips, landscape, portrait mode. Yeah, get a little bit better. Alright, okay, so we have confirmed that IRL Pro does run in the background. We have not been able to get it to go to BRB yet, not on purpose, well, we've done it on purpose, but we want it to happen naturally and for it to come back again without me forcing it. This one is anywhere around here. We've just got to weave in and out of buildings, that's all. Also someone asked me last week about my Loopy SRT setup. I had a look, and it is basically the same as what's in my YouTube video, my latest version of it, where I go through the whole steps of setting it up. Now, I recall a couple of months ago I tried setting it up so rather than working off the media source and when it's glitching out, that's the default way that Loopy SRT handles disconnect protection. It would instead use the information from BallaBox Cloud. So that's how NoAlps works, is it receives the info via a stats file, which updates regularly, gives bitrate info, and based on that stats file, it knows when your connection's low, when it's resumed, that sort of thing. So auto scene switch properly. I tried that, but I think I know now. So what I could do before is I could stream with two separate SRT feeds into my OBS. Got a video on that. One from my iPhone, one from S23 Ultra, IRL Pro, and let's say mobile. And then inside of OBS, I could have it auto scene switch between the two cameras. So So if I had both going, it could do a picture-in-picture mode, which is a scene you set up inside of OBS, and also a setting you put inside of Loopy SRT. If I turn one of them off, I'll go to cam 1. If I turn it back on, let's say if I turn cam 2 back on, then I go to cam 1 plus 2. If I turn off cam 1, then I'll go to cam 1, the scene inside of OBS. So it's going to automatically scene switch between those three options. So if I turn off cam 2, then go back to cam 1, and that's like the default behavior. But the way that that 2-cam auto scene switching works is they both have to be the same thing. So the way I was doing it originally was using port forwarding. That worked fine. But if you try and mix and match it, so if you have one BellowBox Cloud remote feed and the other one is SRT or port forwarding, it didn't like that combo. So when you use BellowBox Cloud, you have to have two BellowBox Cloud remote accounts for it to auto scene switch. Did I test it? I probably did, because I have had two at one stage. But what you could do is if you had your cam 1 set up as port forwarding and cam 2 was set up as let's say RTMP, that was fine. I think that was okay. Okay, alright. Anything else you want to discuss about the setup? So IRL Pro, S23 Ultra, mic mini audio, little mini tripod, no battery bank, batteries, the KL Ultra. iPhone is dying fast. Maybe it's the mobile hotspot. I think I might kill it. Yeah, I'm going to kill the bonding. I am doing a couple of things on here. So I've got Mobile open. I've got the scene set up so that it is showing none. There's no camera on the scene that I have inside of Mobile. So that means it's not doing as much stuff. There's no camera to render. 41%, okay. But I have a preview playing. I think the TTS though will stop working because I'm not actually streaming in mobile. I'm going to turn it off. So the preview from the Kick player is still going. Could someone type a message for me, please? Oh, I know why. I turned on the YouTube relay. It's so I can read messages on my phone. So inside of the IRL Pro app, you can set it up so that it'll show Twitch messages and it'll also show Kick messages. You can pop both of those in, but it doesn't have YouTube support. Hey DJ Style, how's it going? Oh, this doesn't have emoji. It won't play emoji sound. Well, yeah, the text for the emoji. That's on purpose. Because when you get a raid, it can be crazy sometimes. Good crazy, but when you hear the TTS, it'll be reading out the full line of text for an emoji. Someone say hi. Someone type a word, please. Type a word. Or just be awkward for a little bit. Oh, nothing. Peace. Yeah, nothing. It didn't play anything. So I guess I have to have the screen on. Corrupt Carl, how's it going? Okay. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Testing 1, 3. Now it's working. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. I've used it. I've used that combo. I was listening to the TTS out of Moblin. Big ol' V. Hi, how's it going? Tinakwe. Welcome in. So I'm using Moblin not as a streaming app but as a chat app. But I wasn't sure if it was going to read out your messages via TTS, and well, we just confirmed it won't. So you actually have to be streaming in here for the messages to read out. And Moblin, yeah, you can. Got a sort of English chat reading them out for me. Let's see, text to speech. What is that? Is that, oh, voices? See those? So I've got English Daniel. Oh, cleared up now. It looked like it was going to pour down, and there was a light shower. Very, very light shower, and now it's lovely. So I've got Samantha, Eddie, Flo, Grandma, Grandpa. I think you can add in your own custom voices as well. I remember them talking about that on Brian. Yeah, Brian. It's not in alphabetical order. There's a lot. Rishi, Karen, Daniel. Oh yeah, so it says here, download enhanced and premium voices in iOS settings, accessibilities, live speech, preferred voices. So you can download, you just download them to your phone and Moblin has access to them. Pretty cool. Oh, what, Brett? You're in Christchurch. Oh, nice one. Hope you're enjoying your day off. Oh, long weekend, sweet. Let's see, we'll do a weather check. So weather, I don't think it knows Chicha. Christ, you don't want that. You don't want my voice, surely. So it is currently 21 degrees, not bad. Sunny in Christchurch, lovely. On a Friday, yeah, exactly. The very rare. Sweet, long weekend. I think I did try out a TTS thing, so I read out some lines. I think I did. I've been playing around with AI here and there, lots of different forms of it. Actually, I would like to write a script and then for the TTS to say it out for me. I'd like to do that, but I think it's better if I don't. Better for me to have practice, get the words out properly, you know. It'll just be faster with editing. I could just write out the script I'm going to say it, and rather when I try and read it out, it might come off a little unnatural, or maybe I'm hyped one day, not so hyped the other day. You know, I could just have the AI read it out for me. Perfect every time. The pace and everything. But then, you know, the real me oh, just be janky as. I did think of it. For once, had a rain light. Ooh, okay. Good timing on the good weather. Nice. Actually, I have to make a video. It's been way too long since my last one. The video, well, it was 2 months before my last video. That's how long it took me. I was away though. I had a good excuse that time. I was in Seoul for about a month, and then it took me a while to sort of structure how I was going to make that video based on that trip. And then this time I haven't really got a good excuse. Just normal life, busy stuff. And this week I've been working on something for the stream. I had hoped it would be ready today, but it was a bust. A project, something cool. Well, I don't think you guys would notice, but I think it would be cool. Take photos in Christchurch. I have been Christchurch, I think once, maybe twice, and I've always been a photographer. I don't know if I got any of those photos though, because that was a long time since I've been down there. The last time I was down that way was before the earthquake, you know, that big one. It was, yeah, a couple of years before that. But I would like to. I'd like to do a big trip around the whole country. I haven't done that trip, eh? I'd like to. I haven't even been to the top of the North Island. That is a trip that everyone does. It's on my bucket list. Gotta see every part of my own home country, you know? Ah, that would be the thing, eh? I remember it being really flat and pretty clean. My trip was quite short though. But yeah, it'd be so different from what I remember, for sure, eh? But yeah, I'd like to get back. So because in that way I've only been to Christchurch and Queenstown. That's it. Actually, I've probably seen more of the US than I have my own country, you know. Eunice, hello, how's it going? How are you? It's something. I kind of count those ones. You know, I say I've been to Shanghai, been to China. Not very long. It was like maybe a couple of hours. What else have has been like that? Yeah. All counts, right? I like Wellington. Might have to go back there. It's a very hilly city though. I think it's the city of hills also than the wind. Well, that is the city. China, Hong Kong, way back. Oh, okay. GPT says for 12 hours. What are you talking about? What's this 12-hour business? I know what you mean there. What's this 12-hour stream? Oh, I think I know what's happening. So the TTS stops working when the screen turns off. And because I'm not streaming, maybe I should connect this to the other phone. Yeah, actually I'm going to switch headset. So I've got it connected to the iPhone at the moment. I'm just not going to worry about this one. The battery is running out pretty quickly too. And then I'll connect to the Ultra and I'll listen to the TTS out of that one. Wait, it does have TTS, I'm sure. Okay, alright. So 1 moment folks. Okay, so putting that away. Oh, I need to disconnect the headset. Really fat, Wendy? Yeah. Okay, so we will disconnect from this phone. No longer connected. Yeah. And I'll need to swipe out for a little bit. And let's see. Actually, I'm going to turn the volume up. So I think you may be able to hear the TTS out of the Ultra. Oh wait, hold on. Network, display, overlays, audio, log. I might have to go BRB. So I don't know if the TTS is on. Yeah, I think it's a setting I have to turn on inside of IRL Pro. Maybe. Let's find out. Hours, 40 man will be used with 2 phone total. GPT is for a 12-hour live stream, you'll need 40,000 mAh used with 2 phones. Yeah, I think so. Because, yeah, that would be more than enough because I've done 8-hour live streams with my 1 battery bank. I have a 26,000 something battery bank that is, hey, thanks for the follow. And that has covered me for 8 hours when I was in Seoul. And I had it plugged up to everything. So I had it plugged up to the 2 phones. iPhone would need a charge, and the S23 Ultra would need a charge. And then the pocket Wi-Fi would need a charge, and then what else? Basically everything I needed to plug in. So let's say that little extra, that other device that you don't realize you have and need to be charged, it'll cover that. Maybe your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever they need to plug in. So with 40,000, yeah, you'll be able to get there, I reckon. Okay. So I will connect up the headphones. So let's see, Bluetooth. And okay, so these ones, so they are connected back to IRL Pro. And actually, I'll need to I'll open the Kick app on this phone, which needs an update. That way I have a preview playing. Okay, preview is playing. I change the quality, advanced to 160p. It's going to run in the background. Yeah, it's running in the background. Cool. Now, how about our TTS? Do I have to stop streaming? Test. 1, 2. Oh. Ah. 1, 2, no, 3. Nothing. Okay. I have to go BRB. I I'm going to turn the TTS on. I'm sure IRL Pro has TTS, but let's find out. Be right back, won't be long. Called helps. Then to one side, open the GitHub page and navigate to this quick start guide, link in the description, and download the latest binary from releases. Depending on whatever OS you're on, go with one of the first 4 download links. I'm on Windows, so I'll be downloading this one here with MSVC in the name. For Mac, you have this one for newer Macs with an M1 or M2 chip, or this one for Macs with an Intel chip. Extract the file into the NoAlps folder we just made. Dig into the NoAlps subfolders where you find noalps.exe, right-click the file and create a shortcut. Move the shortcut to the topmost folder, IRL Live, and rename it to NoAlps. If you open the app now, you get a page full of errors like this, and that's because we haven't configured the settings. Close the NoAlps window because we'll come back to it later, but keep the GitHub page open to one side. Go back to the quick start guide and this link for configure NoAlps. For my part, I'm going to cover what you need to get up and running, but for everything else, you'll find an in-depth explanation of how this all works on the GitHub. I highly recommend you refer to it often, especially while you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own. For now, we're going to configure the part of NoAlps that handles chat notifications on Twitch. This is how you, as the live streamer, will know what's happening with the stream, like what scene you're currently on. Go back to the NoAlps subfolder and open the env file with a plain text editor. For Twitch bot username, enter the name of the account you want to use for chat notifications. This can be your main Twitch account, but they recommend using a bot account or an extra account you're not using for this. A bot account can be named anything, but hello. No TTS. It's so weird. Also noticed that when I stop streaming in IRL Pro and then come back again, my chat disappears. It doesn't hold the chat. So these are things I take for granted inside of mobile. So that's two features I find really important for IRL. You know, those chat messages not disappearing, for them to stay there. Actually, maybe 3. I can go into the settings without going to BRB. See, the settings button is locked off. I can't press it. So, no access. Oops. Yeah, it's not there. Oh, the chat disappeared again. Okay, so I guess let's see if we can test kick. Nothing. Maybe if I run I've got Stream Buddy. I can run that in the background. So I'm just going to close out of the Kick app. We don't need that. I can swipe out. Can open Stream Buddy. So it gives me a reason to use it. I can have the Twitch tab open. So I've got a preview I can listen to. I might have to rotate the phone a little bit, guys. Sorry about this. Should be good now. So back to the Twitch. So it is running in the background. Go to Stream Buddy, and I'll be reading the messages off of IRL Pro. Someone to type a message. What I can't see is what's happening in OBS. So that's one thing I like about having a little window open, like the Kick app. That's okay, not that big of a deal. Alright, it worked. I heard it. Test. Sweet. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good setup. IRL Pro. In order to stream, you can read the chat on the side. You do need to have a streamer bot that is going to relay your chat from YouTube into, let's say, Twitch or Kick. Twitch is probably better, more reliable. So that's how I'm able to hear the oh, actually I might have the bot turned off. Oh no, it should work because the T-test I'm listening to is Stream Buddy, and it is connected to YouTube chat. Okay, cool, that's good. So with Streamer Bot, that lets me be able to see the messages from YouTube chat and IRL Pro. But Stream Buddy will let me hear the messages from all three platforms, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Oh boy. I wish IRL Pro had support for YouTube. That would be nice. Anything else before we try and see if we can get this thing to disconnect? We're on one connection. Our speeds are around 3,000, 5,000. Pretty good. Oh, I should try and bump our bitrate. What are we on? Bitrate, network 4. So I have it, I think, set to 8 inside of all my apps. Adaptive bitrate should be on as well. So it's going to give me whatever is available. 10,000. Okay. I'll take it. 10,000, 58, 9,000. All good. Alright, so if you head that way, it's not really disconnectable. We need to weave in and out of buildings. Now I'm on the selfie camera. I should note that the S23, I'm pretty sure the 4 and the 5, none of them have optical stabilization on the selfie camera. They all, well, actually this one definitely doesn't have any kind of stabilization, no optical or digital on the selfie. And I'm sure that the S24 is the same. Don't know about the S25. Yeah, so it's pretty shaky if I walk around with my phone and no gimbal. There'll be a big difference if I switch the camera around. So, you know, we're using the back camera, but then I can see the screen. I like being able to see what's happening in chat, also check my composition. Man, I miss how wide the Action 4 is. That's why I love using it so much. It's, you know, it's like pretty super zoomed in, eh? Holding the phone by the base of the tripod off from the end. I just think it's going to be a little more stable that way. You guys see all the Christmas decorations? We started with some here in Commercial Bay. They've done it for the last couple of years, those big ornaments that goes on trees, giant versions of them. I think the pattern's the same. No no change, you know. Alright, we can get a disconnect. Now I think if we head towards Britomart, connection can get a bit iffy around here. So at least for now I will not be pressing that big red button to make it disconnect. You want to see it auto scene switch. It should go BRB and back. That's our goal. How's it going? How are you doing? Hello. Back in New Zealand. Yeah, I've been back here for some time now. I was in Seoul in June, most of June. Enjoyed my trip over there. And then I've got another trip planned for next year, I think. That all depends. Might be a concert in Sydney. That's what I'm hoping. Might be able to catch up with some folks. That'd be good. Play some Pokemon Go. It'll be a short trip. Won't be long. What have you been up to, Mediatek? Anything exciting? So does Loopy's disconnect protection work with IRL Pro? I imagine it would. Well, exactly. Someone raised it last week when I was at Parnell Rose Garden. They were saying that when they stop streaming in IRL Pro, press the red button to go live again, that works. But for some reason, if their connection gets weak, it goes to BFB, but it won't resume. It won't come back to the live scene. It's been a little while since I've been able to use IRL Pro. Mine's been broken for some time, and I thought, hey, let's do a test. I uninstalled the beta version that gives you picture-in-picture mode in IRL Pro, and now it's working for me. So now that I can use this phone again, just a couple of things I'd like to try. How far are we going to have to go? That's a question. Hadn't planned on streaming for very long today, but things happen. check going. Good turnout, and here we are. However long later. What I like about this setup is we're essentially one phone, so I can see what's happening on my chat phone, well, my streaming phone. I can hear TTS messages. I can't type anything. I can only verbally reply back, but it's something. Yeah, for that I'd need to open up my phone. So you can stream with one phone. It's doable, but highly recommend getting a second one. I haven't done this sort of thing in a while, eh? Hold on, check this out. You see? So, phone streamer cliff. Well, some people are having issues with Loopy and IRL. That's what I think. I think there was a typo. The smallest typo can break it. That's what I found with most of these things, you know. If you go extra comma, extra this, maybe use a 0 instead of an O. Little things like that can break code. I've had a lot of experience with that over the last couple of days. Hair pulling frustration. I'll tell you a little bit about this project I've been working on. I've been learning how to make a Android app. I can't do iPhone development because you need a Mac. So I've been playing around with Android development, and I've forgotten how annoying it can be. I'm trying to make what I thought would be a simple app, but no, not at all. Need a system that allows guests to join your stream and speak, so easier to communicate rather than typing. Yeah. So if you look at how TikTok does it, it's easy. Send someone an invite, they accept, bam, on your stream. Something like that. Send invites, people accept it, or they decline it. Someone sends a request to be on your stream, you accept or decline it, you know? And then they just pop up in your stream. Easy. Now the way that it works is, well, when you're streaming like that, there's no overlays. They do all the overlays with animations and, you know, if you get a galaxy, that sort of thing on TikTok, they handle all that. Makes your stream look more vibrant. Things are happening, you know. So your stream is essentially naked. so they can shuffle around all of the cameras if you have however many people. Maybe it'd be a mobile phone only thing. So if you're streaming out of your phone, oh, that's how. Oh no, it's got laid off working on your own business. Nice. Let's connect and talk sometime. Let's connect. Yo. Wait a minute. Who's that? Hey man, how's it going? How's your IRL going? I remember you wrote last week. So you wrote a comment on one of my videos. I didn't get to read it until after my live stream.
Number.
But I remember your name in the chat. And I was like, oh wait, I remember that person. They were in my chat. What's their comment? And I think I replied back. Hopefully it was a good reply. Welcome. We are testing out a different setup today. Oh, lots of different setups. Lots of little doodads that I've bought over the years so we can alternate, change things up, you know. And today we're using the S23 Ultra and IRL Pro Android app. And it's interesting going from what I had been using, Moblin, Action 4 to this one. Now most of it so far seems to be a step back from what I could do in Moblin. I'm thinking of the pros. Can't all be negative. Connectivity is better. That's the strength of the hardware, for sure. So S23 Ultra is a beast, even though it's a few years old now. So the reason why I'm able to stream is because of this one as my mobile hotspot. 4G, 5G, pretty decent specs on the Bluetooth, mobile hotspot, you name it. Yo. So one critique I'd have is I'd love for IRL Pro to add YouTube support. It's great that they have Kick and Twitch, YouTube. Do it the same way that StreamBuddy does it. I think StreamBuddy, I don't know who copied who first, but it seems like StreamBuddy and Moblin use the same technique. They use video IDs. And on both fronts you have to check that it has retrieved or reconnected, because at least right at the beginning of the streams you're not getting those YouTube messages. You have to go into the settings and connect it. Bit annoying. You still haven't disconnected? Huh. RRL? What's RRL? Or do you mean IRL? Not aware of, not using. True. To research these and build solutions that work together. Yep, exactly. Is IRL Pro good in your opinion? It's the best option for Android. So if you've got an Android phone, you want an IRL live stream, this is what I recommend. Now I heard that there was someone working on an app for Android that had a couple of the features of Mopin. Or maybe they were trying to replicate, create a version of Mopin for Android. Like, I know the Mopin guys would do it, but you know, they're doing it out of the love of the community. Bless those guys. They're not charging for it, and everyone's putting their time and contribute to making that app better. Now it was my hope that the IRL Pro guys would be on par with them, because they have a partnership with, I think, IRL Toolkit. I don't know if it's the same company. It's IRL Toolkit is a paid service. I think they make IRL backpacks and you name it. So you'd think that they'd have some folks working on it. StreamBuddy is, yes. StreamBuddy is an Android app. Actually, so here are the 3 or 4 live streaming chat apps that I know of. So originally there was IRL Chat. That's the very first one that I heard about. That was Android only. And I don't think you can get it anymore off Google Play. It got pulled from the marketplace. Maybe they weren't updating it, and it probably didn't meet their standards or whatever. Perhaps the original developer pulled it from the marketplace. But last time I checked, which was a while ago, you couldn't get it anymore. There are so many features in that app that I love, and I kind of look for in chat apps now. So one thing, hearing TTS, that's a must. Being able to hear TTS with the screen off, that's also important for me at least. Being able to type into chat, be able to log into your account. So the default for even now is Twitch, because when it comes to their chat system, it works all the time, it's reliable, lots of third-party app support. And the other platforms have slowly improved their third-party app support so that you can link into them, but they're not quite on par with Twitch yet. So TTS, you could have tabs open. One of them could be to control your OBS back at home. Another one could have a preview playing, like what I'm listening to now of your stream, make sure the audio is okay. You could have a map for another. You could have the Twitch dashboard if you need to raid somebody, other channel. So that was the other thing I liked, and there was split screen. Now since IRL Chat disappeared, I was looking for an alternative, something that everyone could use, and it wasn't just Android. That's why in my latest series of YouTube videos I mention IRL Link. So it has a lot of the things that I loved about IRL Chat, like it's a split screen view, browser windows at the top, and then your chat at the bottom. It did read out your TTS. You could log into your Twitch account. You could also log into Kick and YouTube, but that was not great, their implementation of it. So it didn't integrate all the messages into one place. So there were things that were a little disappointing on the IRL link side, but it was something I could recommend for Android and iPhone users. So that's why I put that in a video. And then there's also real-time chat, which is an iPhone app. So that you've got your chat, you can add browser tabs. The thing I don't like about them is when you open them up, let's say it is to your StreamerBot deck, they will load. If you close the tab, reopen it, they'll reload. So every time it has to reload, it can take about 1, 2, 3 seconds, which can be annoying if you're doing it often, like I would, to control my stream. Also, last I recall, it didn't work in the background. Same with IRL link. Now, I heard that it would, but I couldn't get it to. Yeah, they were claiming that it could do that. Maybe it was just Android. So after real-time chat, then there's Moblin. So Moblin has a chat built into it, so you can use it as your streaming phone and also your chat phone. It's a little hard if you're using your phone's camera, internal cameras to stream, for you to chat inside of Moblin. But if you have an external camera like I do, no problem. Well, we've talked about a couple so far. They're all chat apps for phone streaming. Let's see. So let's do a quick recap. IRL chat, IRL link, real-time chat, Moblin, and then the latest one. Actually, out of all those, I think Moblin has the best implementation. So it supports Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Now you do have to reconnect to YouTube in order to get the video ID. Sometimes they'll do it automatically for me, but I just double check just to make sure. Just go to the YouTube tab, click on connect, or retrieve video ID, fetch video ID, that's it. Yeah, IRL chat was the OG. If you've got it and it works, just stick with it. Oh, and you only stream to Twitch. That was my favorite for a long time. It's also working for me. Don't need an alternative. Diddly, how's it going? If you have a paid bot, like Lumia Stream, you can get all that also. Oh yeah. They also have integration with TikTok. Oh, okay. There we go. So that is something everyone's lacking. More and more people are wanting to connect with TikTok. I would say, unless TikTok decide to fully embrace people using other devices to stream to TikTok, it's kind of won't be the same. For my game at IRL, just need to fix the mobile. Oh, really? Wow. I thought they had worked something out. Was it some kind of janky hackery thing that they did? It looked legit based on, I think, Nutty's video. He did a demo of it. I don't know, yeah, true. Oh, they are pretty band hammer ready, you know. That's what I've heard. You can get banned really easily. And then you have your account back, hopefully. Right. Trippy happy on the ban hammer. Gotta watch out for those guys. Oh, I know, let's go this way. I think if we catch the elevator through there, it'll take us up to the top onto Shortland Street. We'll get a disconnect. This should do it. Now I'm not going to press or touch my phone. TikTok banned. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. Wonder why. Got it nice. Yeah. Alright. Let's find out how we're going to get a disconnect. We should do. Concrete, brick, glass, you name it. Inside of there. Alright. Going through. Moment of truth. Not touching the go live button. Okay. Have they tidied it up? Oh, they might have changed it. That okay. Yeah. Oh, connection's looking a bit rough. Looking a bit rough. Not quite. It got to low bit rate, but it didn't go to BRB. %, American note. Oh, they did it. That's what the Americans were trying to do, eh? Because they were making so much money. What was happening? And it partly said. And party said. On Ultrawide should be okay. I think we only have digital stabilization with the Ultrawide camera, no optical. Trying to buy it, not sure he ended up investing. That'll be one of the biggies. There are quite a few companies that try to make their own version of it, eh? They're all pop-up companies with their versions of TikTok. Oh, really? Oh, good luck. You can do it. Did you say it was Australian or American? You said Australian, didn't you? I was thinking American. Live streaming. Yep. American, okay. America. Feels so light without a bag or battery bank or anything like that. Well limited in time though, for as long as the phone will last. I thought it was Asian, like Chinese. That's what I heard. That was the rumour. Out of Hong Kong, maybe? I realised how much TikTok was making. They were trying to force them to sell it. And I guess they got their wish. Oh, sorry. Kick. I don't know, so I was getting them all mixed up. Amazon has the back end. Okay. Can I catch the elevator down? Don't know. Let's find out. They can catch a lift up. Must be able to catch it down. These car parks have all the concrete and stuff. At one stage I was looking at getting a little Mazda car. Mazda 3. Yeah, Amazon. Which I heard they had, what do they call it? Outage. Lots of things went down. Had all their top people on it. Get back up in no time. Stream elements of TikTok. Someone was saying TikTok has made changes to third-party applications streaming to the platform. Stream elements ATEM, so they're pretty. Oh, there he is. Thank you, my bro. My bro. How's things? How have you been? How have you been? Have you been in the midst? Hey fam. I've been working on a project. Full on, yeah, same. I've been working on something that's kind of like taken up all my time. This week especially. I haven't actually slept. I was working on it all night, and then around 12:30 I thought, if I have a sleep now I won't be able to stream today, and today is my streaming day. So I said I'll just jump on, power through it. Like usually I would shave too, but I would do that before I'd go to sleep. Looking a bit rough. This weather turned around quite nicely, eh? Thought it was going to pour down, but nah. Ah, sweet as. Oh, hey. Street Fighter life. So sounds like it's like real training, like you're in the virtual gym. Sore fingers, eh? Fingers and thumbs, button mashing. Electric shave. I don't know if that will work on this. This is just a couple of days. I grow back pretty fast. This is I think I shaved Monday, and I'm already like almost got a full beard. It's super annoying. I remember when I was younger, I said, "Oh man, I wish I could grow a beard." Regret it now. Whoop. A little bit windy here. Access will be revoked as well. Haven't really. Oh wow, that's pretty crazy what's happening on the TikTok land, eh? Setup today. Well, I'm trying out good old IRL Pro. So we haven't had this in ages. I was at the Festival of Roses last week, and someone was in my chat near the end of it. I forget who, but they were saying, "Hey, I've got IRL Pro. For some reason, when it disconnects, it'll go to BRB, but it won't come back again. It won't come back from BRB." And I was thinking, well, it's got to be your app. What are you using? So most folks would either have Loopy SRT or no Alps, one or the other, or maybe neither. You just have a little graphic under your thing. But he has Loopy SRT. Now saying, wow, let's test it out while we're at the gardens. I had Moblin at the time. It would disconnect and come back from BRB. And they thought, hey, maybe it's Moblin. But, you know, OBS, when it glitches out, and if you use Loopy SRT doesn't know what app is glitching. It doesn't know that it's Moblin, or if it's a Bella box, or if it is IRL Pro. Because the way Loopy SRT works the default way is it just checks to see if your media source on OBS is glitching. I say, oh no, it is something wrong with your Loopy SRT settings, definitely. But then I thought, I'm like 99% sure of that. That's why today we have IRL Pro, and maybe we'll confirm, haven't yet, that it is indeed Loopy SRT and how you've set it up. Now we have gone deliberately to BRB, so I've stopped streaming inside of IRL Pro. Loopy SRT has told OBS to go to BRB, and then when I press the go live button, Loopy SRT has realized that I am streaming again and switched back from BRB to the live scene. But what we wanted to do is for our connection to go to BRB, or want Loopy SRT to tell OBS to go to BRB when the disconnect happens, not from pressing the stop stream button in IRL Pro. That's all we want, but we haven't gotten that so far. Now I've been through one building, it got close, went to low bit rate, but it didn't go BRB. I'm going to try this lift over here. Maybe it'll happen. And yes, we've got the S23 one connection. We're using the DJI mic mini transmitter and the receiver plugged into the phone. So we're going old school, and you know what, it's taking a little adjusting. Because I really like what I've got with Moblin Action for how much wider it is. Look how close this is compared to Moblin. Moblin with the Action 4. So this is arm's length. It would be, think about there. Same distance. That's how much wider it would be. Now because this one is, the lens isn't as wide, this is the equivalent, you know? It's a bit cozy, I think. A little bit cozy. You can't see where I am. Can't see my background. Was it? Interesting. Alright. Now I don't have a battery bank, don't have anything else. So we went super light on the gear. So all I've got in this pocket is the mic mini charging case with the extra transmitter, space for the receiver and space for the other transmitter, which I've got on here. So that's in one pocket, got the iPhone in the other. The iPhone's not doing anything. We did have it on Mobin earlier, but yeah, we've turned it off just to save battery because I was chewing through the battery pretty quickly. And that's it. Headphones to hear the TTS, and we've got Stream Buddy running in the background of the S23 Ultra, so I can hear TTS and also hear the preview from the stream. So this little Bluetooth headset's connected to the S23 Ultra. So that's the good thing about what I'm using, is everything is on the S23 Ultra. The chat, I can't actually chat. I'd have to open up the other phone in order to type a message, and I can hear the TTS, hear the preview because of Stream Buddy running in the background. Cool. Okay, right. Let's go through the lift, see if we can get a disconnect. Just have to be mindful of the battery since I didn't bring my anchor with me today. Oh, they tidied this up too. Wow. Good upgrades, because that's the way you used to be able to go in and out, and it was a bit rough. Yeah, much better. Whew. Excellent. Low bit rate. Oh, it's wrong floor. Disconnect. Disconnect, disconnect. So it's clear what it is for my viewers. When you're entering the name, make sure there's no spaces like in this example here. We'll leave the other field empty for now and come back to it in a sec. Go back to the Configure NoAlps page on GitHub, where you'll find this link to connect NoAlps with your Twitch account. Basically, you'll be giving NoAlps permission to send messages on your behalf, like when OBS has changed scenes to BRB and back again. Before you proceed, make sure you've logged into a browser profile with whichever account you want to use for chat notifications. This can be your main Twitch or an extra account to keep things separate. I'm already using a browser window where I'm logged in as my bot, so when you're logged in and ready, tap on the link and connect button. After the page is reloaded, copy the password from the text field, then go back to the env file. Paste the password after twitch.o equals. Double checking you haven't doubled up on the word O. After the equals symbol, like in this example, simply delete the extra O and colon. Save and close the file, but be very careful not to change the file type from env, otherwise you'll have to start over. From memory, this was easier to do on a Mac. The next step is Bacon's Lane, okay. Which way do we go? Ah, this way. Okay. It worked. We back? Now, according to my chat, we are. It says we're on cam 1. Are we back? We're back. Are we there? Are we all good in a hoodie? Or we... Nah. Okay, I'm going to assume we are. So I'm going to press stop on the recording. Cool. Right, so I think we can confirm it now. And I need to try and get my preview back running. It's going to swipe out, check on IRL. It's a swipe out of maybe I have to kill thing properly. Like what scenes in OBS are for live, low bitrate, privacy mode, your stream server, chat command settings, and more. This is all handled by the config JSON file in the NoOp subfolder. But before we start configuring things, make a backup copy and name it config backup JSON. You'll need this just in case and for reference. The smallest typo in what we're going to be doing can break NoOps, and it might be easier to start over using the backup file. Anyway, after creating the backup, open the main config JSON file, not the backup, with a plain text editor. Notepad++, Visual Code, or whatever works for you. From the top, change only the following fields, leaving everything else with their default settings. You can change them later if you want. For the users, hello. How are we now? Are we better? Okay. Now, I wonder if that's what our friend meant. Blame Cliff? Well, you can actually blame me for the whole glitch there. So I'll gladly accept that. But that was kind of on purpose of the stream. Only this time. Just this one time on the Blame Cliff. You only get so many of those per month. Okay. So we came back. That part did work. So the main thing is Loopy SRT will come back from BRB if you either press the stop streaming button inside of IRL Pro and press the go live button again, so it will come back from that. So that's what our friend from last week said his would do. And then just then, as you guys could see in here, we went to BRB because of the connection. So connection was pretty rough in that building back there. Yeah, and well, Loopy SRT did resume back from BRB on its own. Nope. Nice. Champions. Yeah, so I guess it must be the configuration, whatever our friend had done inside of their Loopy SRT. Not paying attention. Need to watch the video very carefully. It's very easy to get distracted. Sometimes in my videos I'll have a little visual note where I've forgotten to mention something, which can happen. I might not have mentioned a really important step. Now, in at least the latest series of videos, I'll have like a ding sound. I've tried to include that, but not so much that it gets really annoying. Checking, everything's still working. Huh. Oh, yeah. So it must be a configuration thing. So it's either maybe the scenes in OBS not named correctly, or maybe they're correct there, but there's a little typo inside of Loopy SRT. Could be like a capital letter in one thing, it's a lowercase letter in the other thing. Could be a 0 or a number instead of a letter. Little things like that. And in this one in the video I mentioned, when you copy the name from OBS, you just either right click the scene and then select all copy and then paste that into the file. So that way it's like exactly the same. If you type it, it would be very easy to do a little typo. So yeah. For some reason your Loopy SRT isn't auto-sync switching back from BRB, whether you've stopped streaming on purpose or your connection's bad, Yeah, it must be a configuration file thing. Cool. Myth busted. We've also confirmed something else. Just then, where the audio went all glitchy, that is not just purely an action camera into your phone thing, clearly. It is IRL. Or it could be the media source, which I think has been a source of a lot of our headaches over the years. Is that media source really hasn't gone through that many changes. And I know last year, maybe the year before, it was really glitchy, and I put it down to the media source. But it's all we've got to get our video into OBS. That one thing. I suppose it's doing a lot, it's having to re-encode your video over the internet and then, do its thing. What was the other thing? Yeah, so differences. IRL Pro. I can tell you what it's lacking. Let's see, I can't send RTMP into my IRL Pro. Like, I can't hook up my Action 4. Webcam mode doesn't work with IRL Pro either. It used to, I think. Actually, the one or two times I could get it to work, the resolution was really low. It was like 320p or something, and I couldn't get it any higher. So Moben's got a win on that. Or SRT into the phone. There's actually like a bazillion features that Moben has and keeps adding into the app. I kind of hope that the IRL Pro team maybe they'll make it open source, and then we'll see some folks work on it. Could be the same people. Say people who work on Moben might be willing to share their expertise for Android devices. But it's what I've read, that the team who are behind Moben, awesome folks, they said that it is based on IRL Pro. So IRL Pro was one of the first apps out of the gate that gave us a free alternative to Larryx when that went subscription. So I was a big fan of it. It really hasn't changed that much in the time I've been using it. Let's see, they added support for kick, bonding. Yeah, what it has is great. If only they could just keep adding the way that Moben has, Alright. Let's see, anything else? Guys living a champion life. So I had hoped to get my little project working for you guys today. That would have been cool to share with you, but it might take a lot longer. Yeah. Boo. What a pain that turned out to be. I'm tempted to keep working on it too. Yeah, I think I will. All will be revealed. This is my little teaser about it. I do want to talk more about it, but much rather just show you. It's not an IRL app. I'm quite happy with what the team and Moben are doing. that much I'll tell you. You need a team of people to work on a project like that. Lots of folks. I'd love to though. Oh boy. Alright. So to jump on, today's stream was only meant to be short. That's their record. Do I have an uptime? I don't have an uptime. Oh, here we go. 2 hours, 8 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Ooh, I should do a recording of that. Okay, so I'm going to swipe down. So I don't need audio. Okay, so I need to show what I'm doing. I am going to swipe out. Oh, maybe. There. Let's try it again. I'm going to go IRL Pro. I'm going to swipe over to Stream Buddy, where I've got my little preview. The orientation has moved into landscape mode in Stream Buddy, and then I could go to temperature, get the temperature. I can read it inside the app. Go, oh, okay. So there's 19 degrees. Yeah, not bad. Light rain. Very true. They got that right. I'm going to swipe back to IRL Pro, and we're good. Stop recording. That's not a bad workflow. Not bad. Whoop. Alright. Oh boy. I want to go to sleep, but I need to try and correct my sleeping pattern. And maybe by staying up all night and day, I can fix it. I'm a night owl by nature, so I'll probably wreck it in like a day or two. Okay. So no gimbal, just a little mini selfie stick. Oh, I can show you actually. Let's do the little swipe thing again. Try slides. And yes. So that is the gear. No bag, no backup battery bank. Little selfie stick. It's just those few photos. Okay, we're going to wrap up, folks. Thank you for joining me today on this Friday afternoon. Lovely weather in down underland. Did our rather extensive tests on IRL Pro. We did use Moblin as well today in a different way as a chat phone. Interesting experience. I wish it would work in the background even without streaming. So currently it will not. You need to be live inside of Moblin for it to run in the background and the T-test to keep working. And then even when it was open, the phone would just turn off by itself, you know. So yeah, that's much better when you're streaming with it than as a purely a chat phone. Oh wait, you can have it set up as a relay instead of streamer mode, so maybe it would run in the background then, maybe. Cheers my bro, thanks for popping in, thanks for sharing the links are in the chat folks if you did want to hang out offline, any questions, like somewhere to hang out, it's all good. Anyway, take care folks, I will see you next time and have a great weekend. Later.